Okay. This is being called What Remains of Edith Finch. And I haven't seen any gameplay videos or even anything really on it. So I have no idea what's gonna happen. But let's do this. Is this what I'm supposed to do, maybe? You know?
A lot of this isn't going to make sense to you. And I'm sorry about that. I'm just going to start at the beginning, with the house.
Okay. Okay.
Someone had put up a chain link fence, but it looked like I wasn't the first person to hop it. My brother Milton disappeared when I was 4. It was like the house just swallowed him up.
Okay. I have no idea what I'm doing. Okay, shift does not mean run. That's confusing.
I lived here until I was 11, but I wasn't allowed inside half the rooms. Inside the mailbox were bills from 7 years ago, marked urgent, open immediately.
Okay.
I hadn't been back since my brother Lewis's funeral. In her will, my mother left me a key, but didn't tell me what it unlocked.
Okay.
Maybe she thought I'd know. Or she thought the mystery would be enough to bring me back.
What road do I follow? Do I follow this road, maybe?
The truth is, even after I inherited the house, I never thought I'd come back to it. But now I had questions about my family that only the house knew the answers to.
I have no idea where I'm going.
The woods around the house have always been uncomfortably silent. As if they're about to say something, but never do.
Yep. Is that the house? No, that's like there's the house. Look at the house in a moment.
The house was exactly like I remembered it, the way I'd been dreaming about it.
Wow, that is a very strange house. Let me tell you.
As a child, the house made me uncomfortable in a way I couldn't put into words.
And
now,
you came back.
As a 17-year-old, I knew exactly what those words were. I was afraid of the house.
And you came back, why? Do I go in here? No, do I go around the house, maybe?
Crawling through the doggy door used to be a lot easier when I was 11.
I would imagine so.
The power had been turned off the night we left.
Okay.
For the first time in years, I felt like I was home.
Okay.
But instead of a family, there were just memories of one.
Rip. Okay. Come on. Oh, there's something over here.
Like how after Louis started working at the cannery, we all got sick of eating salmon. Except our cat, Molly. The table was still a wreck from the night we left. It was like a bomb had gone off, killing everyone but sparing the furniture.
Mildly creepy.
My mom was the only one of us who could imagine Great-Grandma Edie living in a nursing home.
Oh, OBS is messing up. Did not know that. Sorry about that, guys. Come on. Let me alt tab a few times. Come on, why is it being this way? Let's try resetting it up. Alt tab a couple times. Yeah, sorry about that, guys. Did not realize that. Let me try restarting the stream. There we go, that should have fixed it. Yeah, I'm really sorry about that. Didn't know it was doing that. Should be good now.
Nothing in the house looked abnormal. There was just too much of it, like a smile with too many teeth.
Yeah. Okay, it's back now.
Even the fireplace had a story. Edie told me the bricks came from the original house, after it sank.
Okay.
Great-Grandpa Sven built a music box for Barbara, along with the rest of the house.
Oh wait, I was in that room already.
My mom wasn't much of an optimist, but she never stopped believing that my brother Milton was alive.
Okay. Thing to believe in. No, I feel like I don't want to go upstairs yet.
Mom always told me to stay out of the basement, so I wasn't too surprised when the key didn't fit.
Okay. So let's go
After Milton
upstairs.
disappeared, Mom sealed up all the bedrooms. Then Edie retaliated and drilled peepholes.
Wow. Okay.
Molly always seemed like a girl I could imagine being friends with, if she hadn't died in 1947.
Okay, that's slightly creepy. I guess I go.
I spent a lot of time playing in Great Uncle Walter's room. I think my mom sometimes regretted not sealing it up.
Let's see.
Lewis told me there were secret passages, but I never believed him.
Let's see if my key works on this. Oh, it does.
Turns out, my mom was really good at keeping secrets. Now it was time to find out what my mom had been afraid of.
No, it's not time to find that out just yet. Let's explore the rest of
Whenever people ask me about my
this
family,
house.
the first thing they always want to know about is Barbara. Edie's father, Odin, built the original house.
Let's peek in this room.
Barbara was a child star for 2 years, until America grew out of it.
Okay.
Mom must have locked the third floor stairs on the night we left.
Okay. So I can't go up there. My only option is to go this way. Until I go the way I'm actually supposed to.
The last time I was in Edith Sr.'s room, I was 10 and she was painting my portrait.
Okay.
As a kid, I just assumed every house had peepholes and sealed rooms you weren't allowed inside of.
Okay. Interesting thing to assume.
My Grandpa Sam spent 7 years sharing a room with his dead brother, Calvin.
Wait, so he was sleeping in the same room as a dead body? That's weird. That's just weird. Guess it's time to go the way I'm supposed to, though. Rip.
From the paintings on the wall, it was clear my brother Milton had been here before me.
And you're following after him. Why? Like,
Reading this, maybe it sounds like I had a plan. But I had no idea what was behind that door.
oh, look, it's a room. Big surprise.
Just like I had no idea where all this was gonna lead.
It's saving. I got bad feelings about this.
I grew up looking at Molly's room through the peephole.
And now you're actually in her room.
Molly's gerbil had a tiny bedroom with its own even tinier gerbil cage.
Okay.
Being inside for the first time, I felt like I'd stepped behind a painting.
Okay. Oh no, there's another journal. Okay, let's read this. Turn the page.
December 13th, 1947. Dear Diary, I'll be gone soon, but I wanted to tell somebody about what's gonna happen. It started when Mom sent me to bed without dinner. I woke up and I was starving, so I looked around for something to eat.
Oh, great. Now I'm in another person's journal. I don't know, let's go over here.
The gerbil food was dry, but I didn't mind it.
Okay.
My Halloween candy was all gone.
Rip. That's a sad moment. Is there any other candy anywhere?
I thought about eating Christopher, but I held back.
I wanted to see her eat Christopher. Can she? No, she can just look in. Come on. Okay, so there's two options. Let's go with this one first. Okay.
I kept eating and eating.
Oh. Toothpaste. Isn't that just lovely?
I ate a lot of things that night.
That probably didn't taste that good. Might even be poisonous.
Then I heard chirping outside my window.
Ignore. Oh wait. Or can I not?
Mom,
Oh.
can I come out now?
Sweetheart, it's late. Go to sleep.
Okay. Can't go out, so I guess.
It was a barn swallow going back to her nest. I reached out for her.
But she flew away.
And suddenly, I
Wait.
was a cat.
Wait. What?
I tried to be quiet, but the bird was really scared.
What is...
I jumped and I almost got her.
Where did it go?
I could tell she was getting really tired.
Where'd she go?
Now I was up in the big tree. I promised Dad I wouldn't climb it anymore. All I cared about was eating that mama bird. I gobbled her up. And suddenly, I was an owl. First, all I
Wait.
heard was the wind. Then I heard little teeth nibbling in the grass.
What is... What in the... What in the world is going on here?
Rabbits.
Where? Can I get it?
I
What in the
imagined
world
his
is
face
this
looking
thing?
up and seeing mine through my talons. I swallowed him up, and I didn't chew one bit.
What?
Then I flew off to find something bigger.
What is going on?
A mama rabbit.
I'm coming for you. Yum, 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 yum.
She was almost too big to carry.
Yum, yum,
I
yum.
started choking, but I couldn't stop eating.
Yum, yum.
And suddenly, I was a shark.
Yum, yum, yum. What? What? What in the world? What's going on?
I rolled off a cliff and into the ocean. Now, I was hungrier than
What?
ever.
What? I see who.
I wanted fat, juicy seals.
Where'd it go? There it is. What is this game? What am
I
I
tore off her flipper, and it tasted really good.
Where'd she go? Gone? What in the world is this game? Oh. Can't tell where it went. There it is.
Grabbed on
There
tight,
we go.
but I was so hungry, I jumped out of the water. When I opened my eyes, everything had changed.
What in the world? Wait.
Now I was a monster, and I smelled people everywhere.
Octopus? Right? I think? Seriously, what in the world is this game though?
I was big, but I moved real quiet.
Yum, yum, yum. What is this game?
I wanted to stop, but also I didn't.
Wow. Oh, I can't climb.
After the last passenger, I was still hungry. And to cross the water, I smelled something new.
Seriously, what is this
Something I
game?
had to have, so I swam towards it.
What is this game?
I slithered onto the sand, and the good smell went into an old pipe.
Sneaky snake. Sneaky snake. Oh, it's a toilet. I just swam up a toilet. Okay.
I got closer and closer.
Wait. She's back in her own room. Here's the dish tray, maybe? Nope. So it's this way. Oh, there it is. Let's see where it's...
All of my stomach started growling. And suddenly, I was me again. I held my breath for a long time, but I couldn't hear anything. I think it's waiting for me to fall asleep. But it's not going to wait much longer. It needs to be, and we both know I will be delicious.
That is creepy. That is creepy.
I'm not sure if I believed all of that, but I'm sure Edie would have.
Okay, well. There's a cat out there.
This will be obvious later, but my mom never told me any of these stories. Edie would have, but Mom didn't like bringing up the past. Though, when we adopted a stray kitten, she was the one who named it Molly.
Okay.
I spent a lot of time in Great-Grandma Edie's room.
Okay, so now we've snuck into Edie's room. Okay.
Louis died a week before we left, but Edie had already started to memorialize him.
Okay.
When Edie told people Sven was killed by a dragon, she could also have said he was building a dragon-shaped slide that collapsed. She could have, but she didn't. Even in her 90s, sometimes Edie seemed a lot younger than my mother.
Okay, that's the peephole.
Her room was like a museum.
Well,
For 500 years, the Finches have been famous throughout Norway for their fortune and misfortune. Odin Finch buries the latest victims of the family curse, his wife Ingeborg and their newborn son, Johan. On January 7th, 1937, he set sail with his family and his house, hoping to leave the curse behind.
okay.
But 40-foot waves off the coast of Washington send the house and Odin to the bottom of the sea. Odin's daughter Edie, with husband Sven and baby Molly, step ashore on their new home. Odin Finch is the first to be buried in the new family cemetery. His daughter Edie is already dreaming of a new Finch house.
Okay.
Whatever's wrong with this family, it goes back a long ways.
Seems like it. Okay. So now I gotta go to the store over here. That is very disturbing color. And pattern and everything.
The only trace Grandpa Sam's first wife Kay left on the house was the pink bathroom.
Okay.
It was a pretty big trace.
Yeah. Pretty big, pretty disturbing. There's another thing with a lock, and I have to open it. Okay. I guess let's do this. Let's okay, that way. And
There's a secret in this bathroom. It's in the last place you would look. It isn't in the cupboard. It's hidden in this book.
Okay. This is a very creepy game.
Sven gave Sam an old camera he'd refurbished. He never put it down.
Okay. So that must be like the black room for developing pictures or whatever. Oh, now I'm in the dead person's room. And there's
I knew Grandpa Sam had a twin.
Let's undo that.
And that he never talked about him.
Okay, so let's see. These steps lead absolutely nowhere. I made a mistake. Maybe? That's probably the wrong one. Yeah, that looks like the way onward. Nope, not going that way yet. I want to make sure I'm not missing anything.
I guess my grandpa didn't like history any more than my mom did.
Okay. Another story time, maybe. I don't know. Hopefully not.
How I Want to Remember My Brother by Sam Finch. The thing I remember is that when he made up his mind, that was it.
Oh.
My brother said he'd die before he ate another mushroom. And he did. At Barbara's funeral, we swore we'd never be afraid again. And he wasn't. I think Calvin always wanted to fly.
Nope.
Calvin! Dinner's ready! Coming!
But that day, he finally made up his mind to do it. I told him going around was impossible. Maybe if I hadn't said that,
Calvin, I'm not gonna tell you again.
maybe if the wind hadn't picked up,
Oh boy.
then maybe he'd still be here. But I doubt it. I think he'd already made up his mind. That's what I want to remember about my brother.
There we go.
The day he made up his mind to fly. And he did.
Wow.
Calvin's story felt strangely familiar. When I was younger, I remember trying to do the exact same thing.
Come on, if I can just close this book. Sheesh.
After the funeral, Edie roped off Calvin's half of the room. Mom said Grandpa Sam enlisted at 18 and never set foot in the room again.
Okay. Now I go this way.
The passages were a pretty tight fit. They'd obviously been built for smaller hands and bellies.
Right. Okay. Let's go back in here and just crawl into the last room.
Growing up, I always thought of Barbara as a child star.
Yeah. Everyone did.
I never thought about how hard it must have been for her afterwards.
This seems to be the only thing I can interact
Of all the
with.
stories people wrote about Barbara's death, I'm surprised Edie saved this one.
Old Jack here with another ghastly tale inspired by America's most unfortunate family. I'm calling it The Surprise Ending of Barbara Finch.
Okay. Turn page.
As a child star, Barbara was famous for her scream. Now at 16, she was all washed up. A has-been. But in a lucky break, she'd been asked to perform her signature scream at a local convention for monster movie fans. It was just the boost her career needed.
Okay.
Unfortunately, her scream hadn't aged well.
Getting better. I think you just need the right motivation.
Her biggest fan and current boyfriend, Rick, was about to demonstrate when...
Now that was a great scream.
It was Barbara's father, Sven. He'd slipped into a table saw and had to be rushed to the emergency room. So Barbara got stuck babysitting her youngest brother, Walter. Her
Okay.
convention comeback was cancelled.
Okay, I'm hearing frustration, but I'm not hearing terror. What if I tried...
A gang of hoodlums in Halloween masks have been terrorizing Orcas Island tonight. Police are urging residents to...
That came from the basement.
You're right! Also, I loved your delivery on that. Why is your basement door locked?
Because my dad likes making puzzles and secret passages. There's a
Okay.
key hidden in the music box. The secret is to keep winding and winding until finally the key pops out.
Thanks, babe. I'll be back in a sec.
20 minutes later, Rick hadn't returned. So Barbara went to look for him, right on cue.
Oh boy.
She reached for the music box. And as she wound the key, she listened for Rick, but the house was silent.
Oh great, I get to control it in like this comic book-esque feel. This is creepy.
She found Rick's crutch and imagined the worst.
Oh no. What happened? My poor boyfriend! I'm coming for you!
The gang's leader is the infamous Hookman killer, Dr. Carl Hamill, who impaled and then ate his family 10 years ago tonight.
Oh. Blood's from the table saw.
Old Finch rattled and grew still.
Oh dear!
Ow.
Oh!
Rick?
Barb, relax. I was just trying to scare you to help you find your scream.
Well, I'm not scared, Rick. I'm furious.
Then act furious. All I'm getting from you now is that you're hurt and confused and...
She threw him out, but she kept a little something to remember him by.
The
Barb,
crutch.
have you seen my other crutch?
And she was still holding it when she fell asleep watching the late picture show. Hours later...
Barbara! Walter, what's going on up there? Ah! Okay, I'm coming up, but if this is a trick, you're dead, Walter.
Okay. Is that the way? No, that's not the way up. Here's the stairs. Let's go upstairs.
Walter, are you there?
Walter had vanished, but his bedside radio was still on.
Orcas Island police describe the man as 6 feet tall, with a steel hook for a hand. Residents are urged to lock all doors and windows and notify the police of any suspicious activity.
Okay.
Barbara turned, saw the hook man, and was speechless. He was quite smashing. And who he was, he couldn't get enough of Barbara.
Okay, Barbara, there's gotta be another way out of here.
There is. What do you know?
That night, she played her part beautifully. She thought about abandoning Walter, but just couldn't do it. Molly's door hadn't been opened in years. The hinges groaned. He wasn't moving, but she sensed the story might not be over yet.
Now time to head downstairs.
The hookman had vanished. She listened for his breathing, but all she heard was... Someone at the door was dying to speak to young Barbara. At the door, she heard whispering. It was coming from inside the house.
Oh dear.
The monsters had come to surprise her. For Barbara, it was a dream come true.
Wow.
And she saw what kind of monsters they were, and she realized what was about to happen. She was going to be famous. And with her final breath, Barbara Finch gave the performance of her life. I wasn't there myself, but I hear Barbara was magnificent. Poor girl. She had a taste for stardom. But unfortunately, so did her fans. Of course, the police blamed it all on poor Rick, who disappeared the same night. And little Walter? Hiding under his bed the whole time. He took it all pretty hard. But that's another story.
Wow.
As for Barbara, tucked inside the music box is all they ever found of her. Her ear. Now that's what I call a real eerie tale.
That was disturbing as can be. What?
Edie told me all Barbara wanted was to be remembered, as absurd as that comic was. Maybe what Edie saw was a happy ending.
So is there anything? I think now I'm supposed to use the knowledge I gained from that to go.
I guess now I know why Mom didn't like me playing with the music box.
Now it's time to go play with it. What is this?
Edie told me once that every Finch who ever lived is buried somewhere in the library.
That is very creepy. Where's that music box at? I'm just gonna keep winding. There we go. This is probably not the best idea, but with the vibes I'm getting from this, there's gonna be a lot of those moments.
Mom said the basement was off limits, unless I wanted another tetanus shot.
There's nothing in this part of the room.
I saw Edie sneak down to the basement once, carrying packages. I thought maybe she was hiding presents. It turned out she was hiding a lot more than that. I remember asking Mom once about where Walter had gone. She said after Barbara died, he got as far away as he could. If there's a pattern in all these stories,
It's a shelter.
I think it's that none of us has gotten very far.
Wow.
Goodbye,
Who is
everyone.
there?
I can't believe I've been down here for 30 years.
Wait, he was in the basement for 30 years?
On that first day, after the shaking started, I didn't think I'd survive a week. But after a few days, I settled into a routine. That's what kept me sane. Having a schedule, living for today. I always expected to be dead tomorrow. But if you wait long enough, you get used to anything. Even a monster on the other side of the door starts to feel normal. Almost friendly. And then one day, everything just stopped. Whatever that thing was, it was gone. Maybe it got tired of waiting. Or maybe I just got tired of being afraid. It's been a week now, the longest in 30 years. I'm done waiting. I have to leave while I still can.
What is he doing?
I know it's out there somewhere. Whatever killed Barbara and Molly and Calvin. Maybe this is all a mistake. But I need to stop living the same day, even if it kills me.
I know where I'm gonna be heading.
Whatever's out there, I want you to know I'm ready for it. I'm going to appreciate all of it, especially the food.
Alright.
I don't mind if I only have a year left, or a month, or a single week. I'd be happy with one new day. I can already imagine the sun on my face.
Rip.
Walter died when I was 6. I can't believe my mom never told me he was down here.
Wow. That sounded painful. Come on, close the stupid book.
I'm sure my mom was trying to protect me.
He died by a train. And now you're going the same way he did when he died by a train. Makes perfect sense.
Maybe she was afraid I'd end up like Walter. But if she never told me about an uncle under the house,
What else
I can
did
only
he-
imagine what else she was hiding.
Yep.
I don't want to make the same mistakes she made.
Okay. You're here.
Trying to bury something that's still alive.
What?
Now that there's only one of us left, or maybe 2, I thought it was time I heard the stories for myself
But I was wrong.
and found out what happened to everyone else.
But you were
But now I'm worried the stories themselves might be the problem. Maybe we believed so much in a family curse, we made it real. I don't know if I should even be writing this. Maybe it'd be better if all this just died with me. But I thought you should know about your family. And the history you're a part of. Though to be honest, I feel as lost as you probably do right now.
Good thing someone's as lost as I am. On the
I
downside,
think
it's the main
people in these
character.
stories believed them, for what that's worth.
Doesn't look like there's anything over there. I guess I'll go up here. Oh, hey Zarek. Well, Storm, sorry. Been a long day. Nice to
And when
see
you
you
look
made
at the
it on though.
house, that history of imagination and stubbornness and madness, any of it seems possible.
The place is definitely messed up. Yeah. Alright. Did I go
I
this
think
way?
we've been surrounded by death for so long, we've just gotten
there-
used to it.
There aren't many people watching, but I mean, it's a Monday night, so that's not too surprising.
What kind of family finishes building a cemetery before starting the house?
I don't really want to play Gmod tonight.
It's embarrassing for me to admit this, but the pet cemetery made me more uncomfortable than the human one. 3 of the gerbils were mine, and 2 had been my fault.
Wow.
Sven built the house, but it was Edith who designed the cemetery. I'm sure Odin's monument had been Edith's idea. My mom was always trying to move on, but for Edith, the past never went away.
I honestly don't know what the genre would be. It seems like it
She
might
could
be
see
a
it
horror,
poking out of the water at low
or
tide.
at least a psychological thriller. But not like 100% sure. It's definitely giving me chills. Okay.
Edie said she dreamed about the old house every night.
Okay. Can I go this way now? Yes. Yeah. For lack of a better idea.
Edie's side was always easier for me to understand.
There we go. Okay, lower game volume and higher voice volume. Okay. Let me lower game volume first. Is that about right? Hopefully. Let me go to this as well. Let's see. So there we go. Okay. Is that better, or about the same, or what?
But the older I get, the more I can see where my mom was coming from. Her dad had been pretty strict, but it wasn't enough to save her brothers. She was just trying to do better.
Okay. Voice is better now. Is game volume about right too, or do I need to lower that a bit more?
She lost 2 of her brothers, just like I did. I get why she tried so hard to protect us. There's so many things I wish I could ask my mom now. Part of me thinks this is what she wanted all along. For me to come back someday and find everything out for myself.
Okay, up this ladder. Come on. Maybe a bit lower. Okay, I'll turn it down one more notch. That should be fine. That should be low enough.
But looking back on it now, if she told me there was going to be so much climbing, I never would have come when I was 22 weeks pregnant.
Wait. Do I like climb up on that? Oh, there's a ladder.
I never met Grandpa Sam, but I think he and my mom had a lot in common.
Okay.
They were both pretty intense.
That's something.
Sam spent his life shooting photos, but Mom said he got nervous being in front of the camera. I guess we're all afraid of something.
Okay, so there'd be a door there.
Instead of hiding from death, Sam seemed to go out of his way to meet it.
Okay, so there's only like 2 things I can interact with by the looks. Yep. Okay, so door and book thing. I guess we'll interact with this thing first. Oh, photos.
Dawn, I promise, you'll never forget this weekend.
Yes, sir.
These memories are gonna last a lifetime.
What? Am I gonna have to...
Perfect.
It's gonna rain the whole weekend, isn't it? I will never forget this weekend, Dad.
That's the spirit. Smile, Dawn. Okay, got it.
Oh.
I'm gonna take some pictures, okay?
Just be careful. That camera's older than you are.
You're right, Dad. It's starting to clear up. Still freezing, though.
Definitely should not have drunk all that coffee.
Hold still while I take a picture of you.
I definitely won't be moving.
Are you done yet?
Does it sound like I'm done? Hey!
That's a keeper.
Wow.
I'm just saying, I'm not always gonna be here, Dawn. You'll need to remember this stuff, if you want to survive.
I'll be fine, Dad.
You know who else thought he was gonna be fine?
Some guy who died.
Dawn, I'm being serious.
I know, Dad. You're always serious. Doesn't being out here make you want to chill out?
Well, to tell you the truth, I haven't been out here in 20 years. Dawn, don't you think you could find something more interesting to photograph? Last time I was with my brother Calvin. Man, that was a great trip. Your grandpa Sven taught us how to fish, how to build a fire.
Dad!
Good eyes, Don.
Beautiful.
Before you take the shot, let me get a picture of you.
Dad, I...
Just breathe. Turn off your imagination. Let me get behind you.
Do I have to do this?
Dawn, you don't have to do anything. But if you want to survive, you'll need to be strong. Great shot, Dawn!
Oh. Gotta go. Well, see you around, Storm.
I'm proud of you, Dawn. Always remember that,
I'll send
okay?
you to tune in.
Sorry, Dawn. Just gotta reset the timer.
Dad, it's twitching. I think
That's
it's
totally normal, Dawn. Just focus on the camera. Try not to think about...
Dad!
Well, that's bad. Bad moment. Very bad moment
Of
right
all
there.
these stories, that's the one I wish most that my mom had told me.
Oh, can I successfully close this book? There we go. It is so hard to close those books. Now I guess I go to here. I would guess anyway.
After Sam died, my mom and Edie got really close. They'd both lost a lot.
Okay. I'm in Gregory's room. I don't think I
My
want
mom
to
moved
climb
up to
that.
the loft after her brothers died. At the time,
I can't
it was
imagine
as
my
far
mom
away
ever
as she
writing
could get.
poetry, and yet
Okay. So I'll read this one. Divorce contract?
Dear Kay, do you remember the way Gregory used to laugh when he thought he was alone? Like something funny was happening, but only he could see it.
Okay.
I think he saw things the rest of us don't.
Yeah.
Hand over, Gregory. It's time to... Hold on, sweetie. Hello?
Use default.
Sam, I told you I don't want to talk right now.
I wonder what he saw. What his world was like.
Come on. Come on. There we go.
It reminded me so much of Calvin.
Come on. Want those
Lost in its
letters.
imagination.
There we go. Got all those letters. go.
Whatever it was, he saw him. It sure made him happy.
There we go. There we go.
But I worried about a baby being too happy. But I could feel her slipping away.
Sorry about that, Gregory.
I know you did everything you could. Maybe if I hadn't called that night.
Damn it. Hold on, I don't want Gregory to hear this.
I wish he could have told us about the world he saw. Hey, there's so much I don't understand about Gregory.
What?
About everything.
What is going on? This is the trippiest thing ever.
Wasn't your fault.
Oh no.
I'm sure he's happy. And he'd want you to be happy too. Good luck, Kay. Love, Sam.
What? I don't understand what just happened there. That'd be creepy. Okay, so how many names are there? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, maybe at most. And then we got this one.
A poem for Gus, who always said the wedding was a bad idea. Our father never hit us kids, at least not very hard, before the day my brother said with teenage disregard that he'd be dead before he'd see a wedding in our yard.
Come over here.
My father made him come, of course, but Gus stood far apart, just flew his kite and bottled up the storm inside his heart. I tried to talk him out of it, but though he'd never met her, we don't need a stepmom, were the words that I
now pronounce you husband and wife. You may kiss the bride.
When the time for photos came, Dad ordered him to come here. But Gus declined, and as a sign held up his middle finger.
Well, here's the next set of stuff.
The wind picked up, and panicked geese appeared and quickly went. But all the humans did that day was go inside the tent.
rain came down in buckets then, but no one seemed afraid that nature might destroy the tent our dad had crudely made. Thunder sounded much too close and full of angry power. But all my father said to this was, "Make the music louder."
Rip.
I wish that I could truly say I thought about you on that day. Out there on the beach alone, just you, the wind, the sea, and foam. But I didn't, until we found you.
Well,
she never talked about
there's
it.
another name.
Mom told me once if I was a boy, they were going to name me Gus.
Okay. That's not too good thing. Next area must be up in the loft. Up this rock climbing wall. Come on. Come on. There you go.
She spent a summer building houses in Calcutta, where she met my dad, Sanjay. Religion was another thing my mom never talked about, but I think it helped her a lot after her dad died.
Where do I go now? Oh, not through there, apparently. I go back? I guess. Don't really know what I'm doing. What am I supposed to do? It's not exactly telling me. Back out, maybe? Okay, no. Where do I go? Do I go this way? No. There must have been something I missed. Because I can't go that way, so like... And my only option is to go in here. From here, I have to go this way. To here. Do I like... no. You see, my only option is literally to go up, but once I go up, I have no options. Is there like something? Oh, there it is.
My mom moved to India a week after graduation and got a job teaching English. Lewis was born a year later.
Okay. It's out here.
When my dad died, I don't think Mom knew where else to go. I'm sure Edie was happy to have her back. And to see kids in the house again. The house had to get a little bigger, but Edie was used to that.
Okay.
And for a while, things were good. Almost normal.
That's good. Normal is good.
But it didn't last.
Normal never lasts. Oh, it's the scientific method. What do you know?
The beginning of the end was Milton's 10th birthday, when Edie gave him a castle.
What's up here? People.
Everyone always told me to stay out of Lewis's room. Except Lewis.
And then I'm guessing there's nowhere to go up. Okay. So yeah, I guess I gotta go to that tower, castle, whatever it was. That thing over there. Milton's room. Let's look through these people.
After Milton disappeared, the only thing he left behind was a room full of paintings.
Okay. Let's circle it, make sure there's nothing outside. This game is very straightforward, to be honest. I don't know why I'm exploring. But, like... it's just part of my nature to explore everything, everywhere. Okay. Up I go. Okay. So that's what I'm supposed to look at.
Milton Finch in The Magic Paintbrush.
This is a very, very long thing. It did not appear this thick. Oh, it's empty now. Yeah. And that's another one drawn
I was
in.
4 when Milton disappeared.
Come on, close the book. There you go. So now I'm guessing I go back down. I would guess anyway.
Mom spent months searching for my brother. Then she sealed the doors. Whatever Milton had found in the house, Mom didn't want it getting out.
And now you're searching. Trying to find what you didn't want to get out.
Mom definitely blamed Edie, but I think Louis blamed himself. After he graduated, he just spent more and more time in his room. Until Mom got him a job at the cannery.
Okay, up here. And then where? Oh, there we go. It's very convenient how they put those everywhere. So let's just slip in here.
Louis's room smelled very, very familiar. That part of him lived on.
Okay. No, 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 no. Why are you being this way? Go back in there.
Louis and I spent a lot of time playing games together, but he was surprisingly bad at them. He died a lot.
Yeah, video games. What be this? It's a letter.
Dear Mrs. Finch, as Louis's psychiatrist, I can understand your desire for an explanation. As I see it, the trouble began in January, shortly after we convinced your son to seek treatment for substance abuse. Newly sober, I believe Louis first noticed the monotony of his daily life. He kept working at the cannery. But he withdrew part of himself.
Okay, blame him.
In our sessions, I saw the same behavior. His mind began to...
His mind began to what?
wander.
Oh.
I asked him to describe it. He said he started small, imagining a labyrinth. He'd feel his way about. Then something moved. Bats. and toads. And things that have not names. He knew it was all in his head. But he took it very seriously. I had hoped he'd find himself. But he found something more. I worried about him then. Daydreaming at the cannery, I spoke with his boss. But he said Lewis had become a model employee. Methodical, tireless, focused. Like a whole new Lewis. So I let him go on. I even encouraged him. It seemed very promising at first. He told me he'd made a new friend.
Aww, a puppy.
On the edge of a city he named Lewis Topia. He built the city up slowly, brick by brick. Then he made musicians. And songs for them to play. He talked about starting a band. And he was always humming something. Every day his imagination grew stronger. He no longer spoke at the cannery. But his chopping was as reliable as ever. Then one day it struck him that all the cheering crowds, even the stones under his feet, were all in his imagination, so he could do whatever he wished. He held an election for mayor, and he won. They begged him to stay, but his mind was already wandering. It became a game for him. He'd conquer a city, then immediately push on. New Louisville. St. Louis. He started drifting away from our reality.
Wow.
Minneapolis. Until one day he forgot to go home from the cannery.
How can you forget
Even
to
as
go
his mother
home?
pleaded with him, part of Lewis kept sailing on. In Lewisburg, he heard rumors of a handsome queen. The Queen was on her own quest for radiant rainbows.
Wow.
He followed the sound of her electric sitar. His chase led him to a golden palace east of the sun and west of the moon. Even then, his logic remained sound. He knew the world was all in his imagination. But he was so proud of having created it. In his own eyes, he'd become something greater than a king.
Wow. What's that syndrome called?
For someone who'd never known success in the real world, I think it was overwhelming. And then it struck him that the real Lewis was not the one chopping salmon, but the one climbing the steps of a golden palace. My imagination is as real as my body, he told me. It was hard to argue with him.
This is so confusing.
We began to forget the world we know. I think it pained him to remember Lewis, the cannery worker. He
What's
began
going
to
on?
despise the man with a royal contempt. I still thought I could save him.
You can't. You're too far gone.
Even after he said he was being crowned king over all the lands of wonder. The palace would be packed with his companions.
Oh. This part's not that dark.
Including the wise Calico who'd insisted on advising him. His queen waited, holding his crown.
Wow. These people move so slowly.
There was only one thing left to do.
It's the most painful part. It was so slow.
Bend down his head.
Really? Act like I don't recognize a guillotine when I see one. Guillotine.
And the rest I think you know. Mrs. Finch, your son was a kind man who will be missed by all of us who knew him.
Wow.
My brother was really cool. I wish you could have met him.
Okay. Another name down. Oh, hey Mr. B. Nice to see you made it. This is a very, very weird game.
On the way back from Lewis's funeral, my mom told me to start packing. She waited until the day before we left to tell Edie. I'm not sure if she wanted to make it easier or harder.
Okay. Let's get into the store here.
I wish we'd stayed.
Okay.
But I understand why we left. My mom ended up leaving everything behind.
Oh. Wait. Who wrote that? To Teach and to Learn by Dawn Finch. Yeah, it's a pretty good game so far,
What happened that night had been coming for a long time.
but it is very creepy, and these people move so slow.
Maybe it should have come sooner.
Hang on. Up some
But it had to
stairs,
end one way or
ladder.
another.
There we go.
All
Up
that's left
here.
now was to tell you about that last night.
Am I almost done? I don't think. Is this? Like, this doesn't. Like, there's at least one name that should have been done, I think. I don't know. That surely can't be the end. Right? What be going on?
That whole last day, Edie just watched us pack and didn't say a word. Until supper, when she raised her glass and said,
Yeah, I know, I'm almost to 50 and I'm so glad. Like, I have my 50 sub special ready. I decided to
you know what I said about alcohol.
make
Some of your
a
medications are
50
very
sub
specific.
t-shirts, 50 sub
Why don't
t-shirt
you go
thing, and make a t-shirt shop and all that fun stuff.
I'm sorry, you're right. We're all leaving tomorrow. Let's just enjoy our last...
I'm not leaving.
So yeah, I'm
Edith,
getting
you're
pretty
excused.
close to 50 and I'm ready for it. I'm definitely ready for it.
The power had been shut off that morning, but Edie always had plenty of candles. When my mom said the library, I don't think she knew about the other entrance. Or that Edie had a key to it.
Oh, you'll probably buy a t-shirt? Yeah, they are available. I don't remember what the prices were for them. It's through Spreadshirt. I should be able to post the link for you so you can look and see the t-shirts. Let's see if I can remember this correctly. My mind's blanking. What was it? Spreadshirt. Spreadshirt.com/98. Yeah, that what I just posted in the chat should be the right link.
That thing you're you're afraid of isn't going to end
This
when
should
you
take
leave
you
the
to
house.
my store.
Edith has a right to know these stories.
My children are dead because of your stories. I think it's best if Edith and I leave tonight. We'll have the nursing home send a van for you in the morning. Okay?
Okay,
Dear,
another story.
there's so many stories I wish I could tell you, but there's only time for one. This is about what happened on the night you were born. That night, the tide went way, way out.
Okay.
It was the first and last time I ever saw the old house aground. There'd been an earthquake out in the middle of the ocean.
Okay.
They called it the lowest tide in 1,000 years. God, it smelled awful. No,
Probably
I've
would.
seen that house every day of my life.
Almost
I never
all the way
thought
through
I'd go
here.
back to it.
Yeah, I wouldn't
When
think
the
I'd go back
fog
to it
rolled
either.
in, I lost my way.
Just keep walking straight.
I got turned around.
Oh, you got... Okay.
I started seeing things.
Hey, it's a deer. Come back. Come back, dear, come back.
Things I'd forgotten had ever existed. But when I saw them, they felt like old friends. That night, a lot of things came back to me.
Wow.
Or maybe I came back to them.
Open that gate.
Things I can't explain, but that I need you to try and...
Edith, what are you doing in here?
It's mine.
Edith!
Mom, you're gonna rip it. Let go.
I kicked and screamed, but Mom dragged me to the car. I never saw Great Grandma Edie again.
Oh. See,
The
and
next
now I know
morning, the
about
van
a
came
secret
to pick her
entrance
up.
into the
She
library.
was already gone.
So I gotta go
After
into
that,
the
we moved
library.
around a lot.
That's what it sounded like. Once I exit the memory.
We both tried to make the best of it. A few years went by.
A few years go by, and you came back.
My mom didn't like to talk about it.
Yeah. Of course
But
your mom
she
didn't
started
like
getting
talking
sick
about
a
it.
lot. The rest happened pretty quickly.
Yeah.
She got better for a while. And then she didn't.
And then she didn't. Yep. And then she died.
And then I was alone.
And you were alone, and you came back here.
The last Finch left alive. Until I found out about you.
Wait.
I'm still not sure what to tell you about all this.
I just got chills.
If we lived forever, maybe we'd have time to understand things. But as it is, I think the best we can do is try to open our eyes.
What?
And appreciate how strange and brief all of this is.
What in the,
This
what?
journal was supposed to be for you.
this be so trippy. Can I? Oh,
But now I hope you'll never see it.
Okay.
I just want to meet you and tell you all these stories myself.
Okay.
But I guess if you're reading this now, things didn't work out that way.
Okay. What is going on? Yeah, this is a
where your
very
story
weird
begins.
game.
I'm sorry I won't be there to see it. It's a lot to ask, but I don't want you to be sad that I'm gone.
Oh.
I want you to be amazed that any of us
She
ever
went
had a
there
chance to be here at all.
pregnant.
Good luck.
And like, I'm playing her child? Okay. That makes a bit of sense. But is that the entirety of the game? Do I not get to like explore the part of the... Because like, oh, yeah, that does seem to be the end. Maybe. I don't know. Yeah, it's looking... Yeah, it looks like that's the end, but oh, what in the world was this game? And why is it showing pictures of all these little kids as like the people of the different roles and stuff? Are these like their baby pictures or something? But yeah, these are very nice graphics. It also helps that I'm playing on max settings for graphics. So it makes it pretty good. Very high quality. But this game is so trippy. Like, half the time I had no idea what was even going on. But it was a very, very nice game. It takes place in the state you live in. I did not know that, Mr. B. Admittedly, I didn't pay attention to figure out which state this took place in. It did seem West Coast, though. Ah, yeah. That figures. So now I'm just gonna sit through and let these graphics play. Well, let these credits play, because it seems to be giving me achievements for sitting through it. Yeah, I feel like there has to be more to it, like... How can it just end there? It doesn't feel complete. Yeah, takes place in Washington. That does make sense. Like, looking at the graphics and everything. Like, it's very woodsy and all that fun stuff. So it does make sense that it took place in Washington. Hopefully it's not based off a true story, though. I've never, like, been to Washington, but, like, I've seen pictures of it and stuff. Like, when I, like, finish college and stuff and, like, start making a lot of money and everything, I might, like, live either in Washington or Oregon, somewhere in that area. Just because, like, it's fairly beautiful out there. And on the coast, I believe it stays relatively the temperature I enjoy. Because I remember looking it up once upon a time ago. Okay. What in the... Replay a story... Like, see, there's one I missed. I knew it. Okay, so... Okay, so I don't live in Gig Harbor. Okay. I'm just reading an email real quick. Well, I'll do replay a story, because let's see. Because, like, I experienced that one, that one. Like, I think I experienced... Yeah, I think I experienced every single one but Dawn. Yeah, but, like... Was her story that part, or was it some other part? It's like, it didn't feel like that was the, And, like, why are they doing special things when I'm on them? Are their stories, like, linked? I guess? I don't know. So did I experience them all? I know I experienced Eddie's. Let's click on it maybe just to make sure. Probably is the exact same thing saw before, but I want to be certain I didn't miss it. Oh yeah, yep, it is the thing I already saw. Okay. So yeah, I think I saw and experienced all of their stories. And I would guess that the leaves are ones that don't have story parts. I would guess. Yeah, I think that is everything, unless that doesn't tell me controls. But yeah, I think that's everything that can be done in this game. So hopefully you guys enjoyed watching me play through that. If you missed any of it, you can always go back and watch it in a little bit. I just gotta make it visible. Because, like, one of my previous streams, it had messed up when I had it just automatically become available, and it, some reason, had it way back in my videos, like, near the beginning. So, like, what I'm doing now is have it go unlisted, and then I make it go public, like, soon as I do, as soon as I'm done streaming and stuff, or as soon as possible after done streaming, because it takes some time to process. But then once it's processed, it will be available here on YouTube for rewatching. And yeah, I think that's about it. Do you guys have any questions for me that you want me to answer before I end this stream? Do you want me to go on and do a Skyrim stream? Or some other type of game stream? I don't know. Because if so, I can. Just need to let me know in the chat real quick. Okay. So, yeah, I guess I'll just, end this stream here, guys. If you didn't, if you're not yet a subscriber, please do so. Really makes my life better. I'm almost to 50 subs, so let's push through to there. Or if you're on Twitch, follow. I think there's like 8 of you at the moment on there who follow me. Yeah. And yeah, that's really it for this video. So thank you guys for watching, and I will catch you all next time.